Bharat is actually from India. Bharat Arora started programming approximate 2.5 years back. And of course, I call him as a wonder kid because he knows multiple number of programming language, and he's working with game development for last 2.5 years, probably working with Unity and Unreal, both engines. And Bharat just told me that he is into artificial intelligence and he is doing a couple of things in virtual reality as well. Bharat, man, at your age, when I started my own company, I was 17, to be very honest. And I can understand the kind of passion that you have for programming, and I understand the kind of language that you are learning. Well, how many languages do you actually code in?
The programming languages, I guess almost 10 plus languages.
Oh my God, 10 plus language. I mean, C, C++, Java, Lua. Tell me the name, Python. What
Yeah,
are the?
yeah. C, C++, C Sharp, Python, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Dart, and the frameworks like Flutter, JavaScript, and the Arduino languages, and some blueprints and things as well.
Oh my God. Where did you learn all these things?
Just self-learning like YouTube, Udemy, and just this stuff.
Self-learning. Super.
Yeah.
And how long you have been learning?
Approximately 2.5 or just 3 years. 3 years are going to complete this month.
3 years.
Yeah.
And if I may understand, what exactly your parents do?
My parents, so my father is a businessman and my mother is just a housewife.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
exactly is the feedback from your father when you started learning programming language?
Okay, so like he was just like yeah, like from my childhood I wasn't like that I have to do something in tech or something like that. I was just like I have to play a lot of games and yeah, of course I got scolded playing the games for my entire childhood. But after then when I started coding, it was really great moment for them as well. Like the thought that I'm building my own softwares and working for the companies, and I've done several internships, so like it's kind of cool that I'm working for the companies, and yeah, they're actually happy for that.
Oh, wow. Great. So you have got all the support from the family. That's really, really
Yeah.
amazing. Super, super cool. Do you play games?
I used to play a lot of games since my childhood, but currently it's because of programming and stuff like that. The games I hardly play any games right now,
What's the
like
reason?
mostly. I don't get time from the internships and the coding part.
Ah, okay. So it's
Yeah.
more of a journey of a person who started learning programming language and then he started playing games. And after that, he
Yeah.
lost all the interest about game playing and he started
Yeah.
making games because he don't have any time. That's the scenario right now.
Yeah.
Great. So what's your input if you kindly explain for an example while doing your school? I believe that you have school and that's happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
While doing your school, and then after that you do your internship, you do your coding,
Yeah.
you create apps, you create games, which is basically live in play stores. What more do you do? What is your hobby?
Okay, so kind of like all the sort of interest is just into tech part of things, like working with the microcontrollers, things like Arduino or Raspberry Pi. Just creating some projects for myself and just enjoying them. That's it. And some AR, VR, like augmented reality, virtual reality stuff, and just creating some apps, just having fun with them. Just that. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And if we are talking about something related to augmented reality, virtual reality, what's your thought process? What kind of applications, what kind of games you usually love to create?
For augmented reality, yeah. So for augmented reality, I haven't created much games. I've created some apps like the apps like the car showrooms, like the virtual car showrooms, which have the car products on the apps, and the users can just tour the whole showroom sitting at their homes. I've worked on projects like that, and then it was something like the GeoGlass. Yeah, so I tried to work on that for GeoGlass, something like that, and the apps like something like the augmented reality, and I've I've not worked for much projects of virtual reality, but I've worked for a lot of projects of augmented reality. In that, learn the animation thing and the sound effects and the transitions and yeah, a lot more.
Oh, wow, super. And when we are talking about creating game, I believe that if you really want to create an amazing game, you need graphics, you need animation, you need
Yeah,
UI, and then you need programming and you need skill set like, of course, when you're creating the character and then you're programming the character, you need a different kind of programming approach. And when you have AI based enemy, you need a different kind of approach.
yeah.
The enemy can be your environment, it can be a character, it can be a hyper casual game, it doesn't matter. So do you do everything on your own, like you create the graphics and you create programming both?
Okay, so basically, I had, like I told you, like I have some YouTube channels. So I just used to play a lot of games on my YouTube channel. So just creating the thumbnails and editing the videos, I learned a lot of graphics for that. And I learned graphics even before I was into programming. So even before I was into programming, I had done a few internships for graphic design. So I actually have the skills for the graphics as well. So I do the graphics part myself, and whenever I need some artificial intelligence part, if it's easy, like it's a basic part, then I definitely do it on my own. Or otherwise, I just uh, call my friends and just ask for help, or maybe hire some interns or something like that.
Oh, wow. So you're making money, that means.
Yeah.
So is it the outsourcing project that you work on or you're making money from your own games?
No, basically, I am not making money from the games. Like I used to develop games, but I quit game development just a month ago. I, Currently, I'm working on the app development. Like I've just created an app which provides users to decide the name for their startups or maybe the YouTube channels, and I just launched it 2 days earlier, and it's live on Play Store. So it has almost 300 plus active users and 600 plus downloads right now. So yeah, I'm definitely making some money from that.
You're making money from how you're making money from that app? Like you're
Yeah,
charging.
it has the Google Ads, AdMob.
Okay. So how do you pay the other developers? Like when you take someone as an intern, how do you pay them?
Yeah. Basically, I have my own internship in several startups and companies. So just from my stipend, I pay them the
Okay.
stipend.
So you're willing to share your salary
Yeah,
part with others.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Cool concept. And what exactly you want to do in your life with do you want to become a game programmer in your near future or you want to start your own company or what's the future?
Yeah. So basically, my dream from my childhood was just to create a tech unicorn. Like just to create a tech unicorn, and it could be any niche, like artificial intelligence, app development, web development. Like I do these stuff, right? So I'm just improving my skills on different domains right now, and I'll be surely creating a lot of companies. Like I had a startup of my own, but I failed it really badly. So yeah, I'll start another company maybe soon, and yeah, hopefully that works. So yeah, maybe
So when you
like
talk about creating company, are these registered companies or these are indie studios?
no, to be honest, I'm not 18 right now, so not registered. But yeah, in the studios.
Super. That's not a problem. I mean, that's what I
Yeah,
also when I faced when I was starting. So I had to be 18 when I actually,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
know,
heard your story. Yeah,
yeah. So you need to do that. So when you are talking about creating a company, just a small input. When you create a indie studio, like it
yeah,
can be a proprietary company, doesn't matter. A proprietorship company usually starts with one person. But when you're talking about creating a private limited company, of course, you can start on your own, not a problem on that. Legally, this is possible. But usually, I believe you need to have at least one or two people in your board as a board of directors who can
yeah.
help you. What's your thought? How exactly you are going towards that? I believe that you are right now in an age where maybe within 2 to 3 years, you will be starting your company. And do you have people in your mind who can probably be a part of your company, make things together? Any thought on that?
All right. So basically, like most of our friends aren't into the programming kind of thing, but I've met a lot of people online which who are really my really good friends. So if I ask some of them like, hey, I'm creating a company. Do you want to join as this role or something like that? They're definitely going to come with me. And yeah, I have like a potential team with me. So whenever I pitch them for some idea, they'll definitely join with me. And yeah, they're actually hardworking. So hopefully that works.
Good. I like the confidence. But you know what, Bharat, when you start a company, you just need to understand one very basic thing. Creating company is not about getting a lot of technical people as a core member. You need to have people who understand business, who understand legalities, who have got experience about running ventures, running business. Do you feel that you want to engage your father into your business? Because I'm sure that he's from business background, so maybe he can give a lot of input to you.
Yeah, basically he can just guide me for the business kind of thing and just the legalities part. But he's not into the tech business, so yeah, he won't be able to guide me for the development part or something like that. But yeah, I've actually learned a lot for like the mindset part or the legalities part from him.
Awesome. And when you're talking about technical people, and as you said that, as you mentioned that you are working with AI, what kind of AI algorithm you usually use for your programming?
Uh, I haven't used AI. I said AR, AR and VR.
Oh, AR, only AR, VR, not AI.
No, I worked on AI with some Python kind of thing, like that. I forgot that name. It was like the neural networks.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about hardcore AI part, like when you are working with natural process language, like we call it as NLP,
NLP. Yeah, yeah.
and you have a lot of different algorithm which can
Oh, yeah.
sustain.
I tried the NEAT algorithm.
Ah, okay, you tried that. Okay, that's what I wanted to understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about augmented reality, what kind of AR games or applications you have created? If you can just share some of them.
Yeah, definitely. So, first of all, I created an app which was like which shows all the parts of the nature. For example, the landslides, the volcanoes, and yeah, the water fountains, the and which consists in the nature. And another app was something like the solar system app, which showed the details of the planets and the galaxies and everything. And something was like the animal part of thing, animal kingdom, and it shows the animal details. Then I have some projects like the car studio, like a virtual car studio, which the users can just travel around and tour from their home. And also some character gameplays like uh, an augmented reality game in which they can just use their character and they can just fight. Like it's not multiplayer, but it was single player, and they can just fight with the enemy, which was pre-coded.
Super, super. And when you are creating any kind of AR-based application, how do you think of an idea? Like, for an example, creating an app with showing animals and their details is a common kind of application.
Yeah,
But when you're talking about creating something which is related to showing some nature, maybe you point your camera somewhere and it shows maybe a waterfalls, maybe a volcano, and you are probably using some video for this, maybe a clip, maybe an animated one, maybe a real one. How do you think of creating any kind of application? If you can just share your steps, like we create probably a GDD first, then we go for 1, 2, 3, 4 process, or you don't want to do that, you just think of an idea, directly sit into your computer, start coding, and then do it. How do you do it?
all right, so I just have a whiteboard in front of me. It's right there. I just write all the ideas I get at the point, right? So I just evaluate the ideas, like which one will work better for me. So I just take minimum 1 to 2 days evaluating each idea, and the one which works, I think will work the best, or has the most potential, or has my interest. I just go for that.
Okay, that's an interesting thing. Good. So, as per my understanding, if I summarize everything, you usually talk with a lot of people. You have a group of friends with whom you want to start your company, and probably they will join you. And then you want to probably create a tech unicorn. That's your vision, near future. And you want to grow on your own. You really don't want to take help and support from family. I really admire that. But why not support your father? Why not grow his own business, which is your own family business? What's the reason?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I have been asked this a lot. But yeah, so basically, since my childhood, I didn't thought, like when I was a kid, like actually a kid, I didn't think that I will create a company. I was just like, I was fascinated by the tech kind of thing. I was just passionate about the coding part or the network part. Like the games are just an item and a logic, right? So I just was fascinated by that part of thing. But later on, I thought of like I'm doing this stuff. So what if I create a company out of it? And so the company part is a second kind of thing. The major passion is for the tech kind of things. So what work I do, I have to be in front of a computer. So yeah, that motivates me a lot.
Okay, 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 super. Okay, cool. Um, this is not a problem at all. So one liner statement from a kid from Bharat. What's your statement towards our country and countrymen and the ministers, and specifically to the people who are sitting in the education platforms, like probably the vice chancellors of universities? How do you give your comments to them? Because the way you have grown, and if I may see kids, to be very honest, I'm really happy that Bharat's kids are actually doing amazing, amazing work. And your name Bharat is actually after our own country. So that's Bharat or Bharat, it doesn't matter, is actually named after Bharat. That was a king long back. And we had a name called Bharat Barsh. So I want to hear from you, what's your message towards the teachers, towards the faculty members, because our education system is so old in India that the kind of work that we do in industry, it doesn't match. It's a big mismatch. Even though AICTE tried to handshake with the industry, with the universities, but that goes to a paperwork. I mean, it doesn't, I don't know whether it actually implements in real life and how much it is happening. A lot of people can say that a lot of things are happening, but frankly speaking, I don't see deep tech technology system is there in the education, and that's happening. What's your message?
Yeah. So I just want to say that yeah, actually you're right. Like the education system just teaches the theoretical part, and it doesn't prepare someone for the practical part. If I do really well in the education system right now, and I just go for out for looking for work in some company, and I have literally no skills for that. They teach me no real life skills for that. So I just want to say that they should teach, like they should add the real life skills or the things which will add up in the career or which will help in the jobs for the future, which are coming for the like 10 years ago, like 10 years from now, 50 years from now, like something like that. They should prepare the children for that, and that will really be a great one.
Great, super. So Bharat, this is time for basically I usually go for it. I usually go for a rapid fire round for every participant that come into my podcast. And let me tell the audience the reason of this podcast is not just sharing it into the social media. Rather, I have been asked by a lot of people that because I do a lot of investment support, I deal with a hell lot of cross country business deal. I work with the ministers. I sit in the incubation centers as advisor. I run several companies. I'm an angel investor. So why don't I start something which is close to people, wherein people can come, they can share what they're doing. And the kind of people I usually bring in my podcast are change makers. It doesn't matter whether how big they are or how small they are. I don't care. I really don't care. I care about the passion. And that's the reason I usually call people in this podcast, which is a very new podcast of mine. I don't expect a lot of followers. I don't care about the followers. I care about the people who can actually get the value in return. So when I go for a rapid fire round, it sometimes go in a personal question. I hope you don't mind. You're ready?
Yeah, yeah, completely okay with that.
Super. Okay, here you go. I'll be asking real fast questions. Superman and Batman. Which one will you choose?
Superman.
What's your superpower?
Coding,
Logic versus art. Which one will you choose?
logic,
What's your best color?
Red.
What is life for you?
Tech.
What is education for you?
The school part, nothing. The self-learning, everything.
What is knowledge as per your understanding?
Just observing life and learning everything which you can on your own.
If I ask you to take a glass of water and then I give you, at the same time, I give you a glass of milk, which one will you choose?
Glass of water.
Okay. If you see a poor person in front of you who is crying for probably food, and you have the exact amount of money, you are also hungry, and you can only feed you yourself, or you have an option to feed that poor person who is about your age, not old one. Okay, what are you gonna do?
Definitely gonna feed him.
So you will become hungry.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
Yeah.
Super. And if I ask you a question, like there is the whole entire world is actually changing and shifting, and its temperature is increasing like anything day in and day out. And we need people who can probably optimize all these kind of things that's happening in this mortal world, increasing the temperatures and all. Do you feel that you can become one of the change maker? If yes, then how? If no, why not?
Yeah, of course I can be one. Like I have just the dream of creating a lot of startups which uh, can help the people. So yeah, definitely gonna create something for this as well, which can help out with the temperature and global warming and stuff like that. Like the concept of electric cars is just awesome. Like
Electric
yeah,
car is not a solution. I'll tell you the reason why. Okay, so a lot of people probably have that misconception. Electric car doesn't mean that you are actually optimizing the temperature of our earth. When you are running a car on electric, you need to charge it. That means you need to create a factory which can generate batteries for it. And that battery creation usually happens with lithium. When you're creating a
yeah,
lithium battery project, of course, you are not at all optimizing the heat. So it's not a solution. It's a kind of myth probably people are getting. Anyway, it's a controversial question,
yeah,
but
got you.
but what will be your step to stop global warming?
Okay, so my step to stop global warming. Just promote afforestation, like create some campaigns which don't which promotes the people to plant more trees, or at least don't cut the ones, or maybe constructing the industrial areas away from the city sides and something like that.
Super, Bharat. Super. It was an amazing journey with you, talking with you, and the reason the name states itself, Riding Tiger. I am really happy to see that you are riding your own tiger and you are making it big and large and strong. Wish you good luck, Bharat. Stay tuned. Let's work it out together. Thank you, Beta. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.